Hi Aquarius, welcome to your now mid-April 2021 reading. I appreciate your patience. I had a dental oral emergency, so that's why this reading's late. But I do, we always know that the messages come right on time whenever they're supposed to. So thank you for joining me, and I appreciate your guys' patience. So real quick, let's talk about the second half of April, the astrology. We came out of that Mars-Neptune square that happened last week. That was really heavy. There was a lot of stuff that needed to be revealed through that Mars squaring Neptune transit. We needed to be shown where we were, hiding our illusions and how we're being triggered by hiding our illusions. And there's a lot of people that are like out there in the world right now that feel like they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's happening with themselves. And so we move into this Aries new moon. And for you guys, this new moon that's happening tonight, because I'm doing this reading on the 11th, the new moon that's happening tonight is really going to help you with that self-confidence to communicate with other people. And the biggest thing I think to remember with this is if you're communicating with somebody or you're speaking your truth or you're saying certain things to people and they want to argue with you, they can't hear what you're saying, they shut you down, like things like that. This new moon is going to reveal all of that and show you the people that are with you and the people that aren't necessarily in your corner or there to help push you forward or anything like that. But it's also going to reveal the people that are there for you. So just make sure that you're being really, really super. This is like warrior, like standing up for yourself, warrior energy. And then we'll have the Scorpio full moon later on after we move into Taurus season. The Sun, Mercury, and Venus will all be moving into Taurus. Venus is moving into Taurus next week, or this week actually, in a couple of days. And then next week on the 19th and 20th, Mercury moves into Taurus on the 19th, and the 20th, the Sun moves into Taurus. So we shift into Taurus season, and we've already had this really interesting square between Uranus and Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus. So you've already felt that square between that Taurus energy. And so now with everything moving into Taurus, a lot of people are talking about the restrictions that might be felt during it. I actually think that Taurus season isn't going to be as bad. I think that Mars moving into Cancer and all of this energy moving into Taurus, I actually think it's going to give us a moment to relax. We'll really see how it happens. Jupiter moves into Pisces in May as well. We'll talk about that when we get there, but I'm going to do a special Jupiter in Pisces reading for each of the houses, what it means for the signs in the houses on the membership. So if you would like a little bit of extra insight to what's going on astrologically, you can join my memberships by clicking the join button underneath the video or going to the description box and joining over on Patreon. All of the tiers are the same. So, and the top tier memberships we do meditations and Reiki healings and stuff like that. So it's really fun. Come join us. But yeah, so the astrology is moving into something that's going to be much more optimistic, much more pleasant. This week, especially coming up, and probably even the last week, the last couple of weeks of April, there's going to be a heightened sense of, man, we can really get things done now, and like feeling that confidence. I think that a lot of people are worried about that extra confidence, like kind of taking the shield down for what's still going on in the community with the pandemic and all of that stuff. I think that some people are worried that the better we feel, the more we're going to be interacting with each other, and then that's going to spike up again. Jupiter in Pisces might actually show us a little bit of that spike happening, because that Pisces and Neptune, or Jupiter and Neptune being in Pisces at the same time, might kind of be a battle. So I'm going to take a really deep dive into that, and we'll talk about all of that in the memberships. But genuinely or generally feeling there's going to be this like overall vibration of really wanting to get things done and accomplished. So if you felt like you haven't been able to push forward on your projects, this Aries energy, like this last week of Aries energy, and then moving even into Taurus season, is going to be really great to jumpstart some things that you didn't really feel like you were able to do before. You might actually feel like you have the energy, or you have the time, you have the space, the capacity, stuff like that. So let's see what the cards have in store. I hope you guys are having a good April. So what feels too good to be true, though? Because it feels like there's something that you are trying to convince yourself of. And let's see. Or some kind of betrayal. Do you feel betrayed by a fire sign even? Okay. It feels like you've tried to start something with a fire sign. So we have the Five of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, I get this. I get it. I hear the story now. Second guessing, because to me, the Seven of Pentacles is about planting the seeds, right? And now is a great time to start manifesting. Now is an amazing time to put forth the effort to really allow yourself to grow the things that you, just like abundance. Like, what is it that you want to do with your life, Aquarius? What is it that you want to create? Where do you want to go from here? If you have a particular person in mind that you want to build a life with, second guessing yourself and trying to control the situation with the Four of Pentacles down here, this Five of Swords, sabotage. Four of Pentacles, sabotage. Right? This guy here in the Seven of Pentacles, if you're trying to manifest something with a fire sign, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business partnership, whether you guys are just talking about doing new things, planting that seed, this guy here he's sitting there patiently, right? He planted the seeds. He knows that he's got to water them. He's got to nurture them. He's got to like take care of all of it and then come back to it, right? Leave, come back, check on it, leave again, come back, check on it, leave again. Like, don't obsess over it. If you obsess over it, if you hold on to the seeds that you've planted and you try and control the way that it's going to go, this will always stop you from getting what it is that you desire. So here you are with the Star, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands. And things are absolutely starting to look up, like I said. And that's the thing is like, yes, there was probably a lot of doubt in the beginning of April. There was probably a lot of fear about some things in the beginning of April. But as we move towards the second half of April, things are going to start to shift. Things are going to start to look up. But you also have to consciously be aware of what you're trying to control in your life and how that actually, how that looks, right? How that looks for you, not how it looks for anybody else, or not like what it means for anybody else, because that doesn't really matter. It only matters on what this shift, what this change looks for you. And if you're sitting there and waiting for a sign from the universe, right? That Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. Now, I'm not a really big fan of waiting for things. I don't do that easily. And there's a difference between waiting and anticipation. When you're waiting for something, you're literally not doing anything else with your life to expand or to grow you. You're just sitting stagnant and waiting for another sign or an opportunity or something to show up. Meanwhile, what you could be doing is planting the seed, knowing that it's out there, knowing that you set the intention that that's what you want, and then you go on with your life. And you have this anticipatory feeling of, I know what it is that I desire. I know what it is that I want and I need in my life. But allowing myself to say, I'm creating the energy to manifest whatever it is in my life to come in, that means that I have to keep moving. I have to keep creating. I have to keep going in different directions. So don't stay stagnant just because you don't have answers to things. And I understand with your mind that overthinking can happen. So paralyzing yourself, and I'm all too familiar with that feeling. Aquarians and Virgos do the same thing. When it's too overwhelming, when there's too much going on, you almost get paralyzed and you stop and you don't do anything, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. When you get overwhelmed, pull back and pause, because when you get overwhelmed, you're going to start talking yourself out of things, which is what this Five of Swords is. So let's see. Yeah. See, if you don't know how the story ends, if you don't know how things come about, if you don't know what it is that you're actually waiting for, see, the Moon on the Five of Swords, you can easily sabotage yourself because you don't have all of the answers, or you don't know what's coming. You can't see the road in front of you right now, which is normal. We're not supposed to know everything, Aquarius. I know that that's kind of like, it's hard for some people to comprehend that they're not supposed to know everything. Let's see what this Queen of Wands is doing. She's trying to balance herself. That's what she's doing. So here we are, Libra, Justice on the Queen of Wands. This is also about karmic retribution. I've always seen the Justice card as things becoming fair after they've been unfair for a very long time. So this almost feels like karmic retribution, like you've done the work that you were supposed to do. You've done the things that you were supposed to do. And see, so now this fire sign is getting balanced out, or is creating some balance within your life as well, or helping you with that karmic retribution where, you don't have to sit with the guilt, or sit with like sitting in your conscious wondering, how you can change things, how you can shift things, how you can make things better. It does feel like there is, with the Lovers on the Seven of Pentacles. So what you're manifesting is a relationship or a partnership, right? And I honestly think that I wish that we could start calling them partnerships instead of relationships, because I think relationships give it kind of a bad connotation. I think having a partnership with somebody is more about the equality, the balance of it, right? So if this is something that you're wanting to manifest, especially with this Aries new moon, wanting to manifest a relationship into your life, or wanting to manifest somebody in your life that is like-minded, like you are, always doing that manifestation by saying, for my best and highest good, every single time will ensure that you are getting only the best. Does that mean that it's not going to come with lessons and things for you to better yourself, to be a better version of yourself? Everybody's like, I don't understand why I manifest stuff and then they come with lessons, Betsy. It's funny because people really are out here in the world thinking that they can just get anything without having to do anything for it. And the whole point of creating abundance in your life is learning how to use that abundance. And if you don't groom yourself, or you don't allow the universe to groom you, learning lessons to get to that abundance, then once you have that abundance, you won't even know what to do with it. Most people don't know what they would do if they were rich. Most people wouldn't know what to do if they had lots of money, or if they had like this huge money windfall right in their lap. They don't know what to do with it. They would just squander it. They would not learn the lesson with it at all. So when you're planting your seeds of intention and manifestation during this new moon, and then even releasing during the Scorpio moon, remember to do it responsibly every single time, because this is also going to create an alignment within yourself. And when you create that alignment within yourself, Remember that with the Aries Libra axes, it's always telling us that without a relationship with ourselves, there is no relationship with anybody else that's going to prosper. It might look like it's prospering on the outside because you've been in the relationship for 10 or 20 years, but was it really happy? Was it really what you wanted? Was it really something that fed your soul, or did you just go through the motions? Those kinds of things, right? Do you want to manifest a relationship where you're just going through the motions, or do you want the passion of it? To get the passion of it, it takes time. And there's nothing better. We have the Mercury sextiling Saturn during this new moon. There's nothing better than setting the intention for something to grow with time and something to be solid. That's going to be so much better than rushing into something. So don't try and control the way that it shows up for you. If you're having money problems, I feel like those money problems are going to be shifting pretty dramatically. I don't know that there's going to be something that you'll have to, yeah, I think that the patience, right? Instead of holding on to things so tightly and worrying, oh, what did I just say? Don't rush. Don't hold on to it. Whoa. So we have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is the rushing. And the Hanged Man is the taking a pause and looking at it from a different way, from a different perspective. So you don't have to hold on to it. You do not have to hold on to your manifestation. You can even forget that you manifested it. Write it down, put it in a book or put it in like a notebook. Write it down, close that notebook, put that notebook in your shelf and totally forget about it. And I guarantee you a month or two down the road when you open up that book, you're going to be like, oh, wow, it came true. Maybe a year. Why does it take so long? Everybody has different lessons. We have to be patient with it. We can't rush into it. Anything that is worth having forever, what is forever anyways, but anything that's worth having forever is worth creating through time, space. The foundation is stronger, right? So let's see what your energy, oh yes, be very, very honest with yourself. Responsible manifesting, responsible, and it's not even with the Aries new moon that we're manifesting. We're going to be manifesting with the energy that's coming up with this week. We have the sun sextiling Jupiter. We have the sun sextiling Mars sextiling Jupiter, right? No, the sun sextiling Mars, the sun sextiling Jupiter. And then we have Mercury sextiling both right in between. So there's this huge opportunity for us to create amazing abundance, amazing riches, amazing things for ourselves. But if we're not doing it from a soul place, if we're not doing it from a deep soul place, and it's surface level, then what's the point? Why are you wasting your energy on surface level bullshit? Three of Wands. Here we go. Okay. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Here's the thing. You having expectations of this waiting period, you having expectations will disappoint you every single time. So when you are wanting to plant the seeds this month, when you're wanting to put things, intentions out into the universe, there could be a water sign that's helping to shift everything for you. This could be your own emotional intelligence shifting things for yourself as well. Doesn't have to be a water sign, but it's absolutely creating an opening. And if you sit here and think that that Three of Wands is supposed to bring you everything that you've ever wanted without doing any of the work to get it, you will be sadly disappointed. There's a certain point when we do the expectations. And I think that if there's a water sign or if there's a fire sign that's sitting here making you wait for them to show up, something hurt your feelings. I don't know that it's going to be, I think that this is an opportunity for you to start something new, to let go of an old past narrative and start something new. But until you allow yourself to see that for yourself, so we have the Ace of Wands and the Tower, whatever it is that broke you, whatever it is that broke your heart, is literally taking things out for you so that you can manifest. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Tower, and then we have the Magician here at the bottom of the deck. And we're going to stop there because we've got a lot of cards out on the table and I don't want to confuse you guys. But the Ace of Wands on that Tower, this is the opportunity that's being created. It may not feel comfortable, but it's a course correction. The Tower is all about course correction. It's putting you back on track of where you're supposed to be. And having the Magician at the bottom of the deck is telling you that you have the power to manifest anything into your life right now. So really make sure that you are responsibly manifesting things. Really make sure that you are setting your intentions through love and not through fear. Make sure that you're setting your intentions and manifesting stuff for your best and highest good and for anybody's best and highest good who's involved in the situation, because you don't want to manifest lessons for other people too. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for your patience. I do have a few openings left in April, like 3, I think, for next week. So if you want to get a tarot reading from me or an astrology reading from me, that information is in the description box, or you can go to my website, fearlessintuition.net. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting on the video to get me back into the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Please share as much as possible. And yeah, I'll see you guys really, really soon. Bye.